Thomas Frank will be the next Tottenham Hotspur manager to try and catapult the club back into a Premier League title battle over the next couple of seasons. The Dane will certainly come under scrutiny if he's unable to push the Lily Whites up the league table, needing to right the wrongs endured under former boss Ange Postecoglou. However, the Aussie did secure the Europa League title, handing his successor the chance to build on the triumph and be competitive in the Champions League throughout 2025-26. A balance will need to be struck if the club are to be a success in various competitions, subsequently allowing the new manager to be an instant hit with the supporters in the coming months. If the Dane is to thrive in North London, he will need quality and depth in certain key areas to help balance the quest for success in Europe and domestically. The latest on Spurs' hunt for new additions this summer. Mohamed Kudus has been a player who's been firmly on Spurs' radar over recent days, with the Lily Whites submitting a £50 million offer, but it was swiftly rejected with the Hammers demanding a hefty fee for his signature. He currently has an £85 million release clause in his contract, but it's been reported that he could be available for a lower fee, but it remains to be seen if the player himself would be keen on a move across London. However, they could be about to make a move for another Premier League star in the form of Fulham fullback Anthony Robinson, according to journalist Paul O'Keefe. He confirmed earlier this week that the Lily Whites are closely monitoring the American international, who featured in all but 2 league games last season. O'Keefe also confirmed that the 27-year-old is seen as a key option for Frank this summer, after he registered 10 assists in the Premier League throughout 2024-25. Reports earlier this year suggested Fulham would be open to letting him leave if they received a £40 million bid. Why Spurs' latest target would be a more important signing than Kudus. There's no denying that a move for Kudus would bring added excitement to the fan base, ahead of what's set to be a new era under the guidance of Frank in North London. Given the other targets this summer, it's evident that the Dane is targeting attacking reinforcements, with the likes of Antoine Semenyo and Brian Buemo also being linked with a move to the club. However, given the side's tally of 64 league goals last season, they clearly have the firepower to cause problems for multiple sides in the division, potentially leading them to future success. As a result, the new boss should look to prioritize a move for new defenders, with Robinson just one player who would be a more important addition than Kudus this summer. Spurs currently only have one senior left-back in the form of Destiny Udogie, but the Italian has also had his injury struggles, missing 13 league games in the 2024-25 season. Right-back Jed Spence has subsequently had to operate out of position at times to cover for the Italian, highlighting the need for depth in such a department this summer. When delving into Robinson's stats from last season, he's managed to star at both ends of the pitch, handing Frank the talent that he craves during his first season at the helm. The fullback, who's been labeled phenomenal by journalist Toby Bryant, created 1.3 chances per 90, along with a 53% dribbling success rate, having the tools to get forward areas in North London. Out of possession, he was just as impressive last campaign, winning 1.7 tackles per 90, whilst winning 5.8 duels per 90, handing the side the added defensive quality it needs in 2025-26. It's unclear how much a deal would set the hierarchy back this summer, but from the stats produced in recent months, it's evident that he's coming into the prime years of his career. He would be a phenomenal pickup, undoubtedly handing Frank an excellent star in a position that has undoubtedly been one of the hardest to fill over the last couple of years in North London.